Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you my 2026 lineup or ecosystem as everyone is saying now. I think I've showed you guys what I'm going to be using as far as my daily log of my planner. Technically it's a planner, but I don't use it for planning. But I'm going to just be showing you guys all of my notebooks and some updates and changes that I plan on making. And crazily enough, I'm already thinking about 2027, but I'm going to try not to get ahead of myself. So first I'm going to start with my TN covers, and then I'll get into the Stalogy notebooks that I have. So these are my covers and the DIY journal, in case you're wondering, is gone. Yeah. I just really wasn't feeling that journal, and I felt kind of like overloaded. I just felt like it was a lot going on. So I sold that one and the wallet inserts, and now I just have these 3 covers. And you guys know I talked about eventually maybe one day getting down to 2, but I think for now I am happy with the 3. So first up, I'm going to talk about this one. My camel is actually not in use right now, which I'm trying to think of something to use it for, but I don't know what just yet. Right now it just has my creative journaling insert in here, and I will be talking about this again, but for now it's that one and this blank insert that I was kind of like trying to test out. Yeah, just make sure nothing, because I kind of like wrote some personal stuff in here, but I was just trying to test it out and see if I wanted to kind of go from my Stalogy to this one. But yeah, I'll get into all of that later. So that's my camel at the moment, not being used, which I'm kind of sad about. Yeah, side note, I actually might sell this Pilot Juicer pen. It just seems a bit too loose, if that's the right word. Like, I don't feel like it's a very sturdy pen. Like, it writes just fine, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't really have control of it when I'm using it. Kind of weird to explain, but that's why this is over here and no longer on my passport. So that's the camel. And then this is the passport I'm in right now, obviously. But I have the Sterling Ink 2026, I think it's, yeah, compact full year planner. So I'm also going to be talking about this and my thoughts on it so far. So that's that one. And then this one still has my Take a Note planner. It goes into all the way up to the 11th of this month, and which is kind of strange because the monthly layout only goes up to, I think, March. So I don't understand why the weekly layout wouldn't match, but yeah, this is still in here until I am completely finished with it. And now I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this lineup. Oh, I almost forgot. These are my Stalogy notebooks. So this is the notebook that was in my DIY cover. So I just took everything out and it kind of just set it up pretty plain and basic like. And surprisingly, I kind of use it a little bit more often, and it's not so bulky and everything like it was. And then I just poked a hole in the back because I wanted something to keep it closed because I take it with me sometimes. So yeah, that's that one. And then of course this is my A6 Stalogy that is still being used for my poetry. So that's pretty much everything that I'm going to be using, have been using, and will continue to use. So now let's talk about my little updates. So where do I want to start? Okay, let's start with 2027. I know, but it's going to help me kind of go into things. So for next year, I'm thinking that I'll actually be able to use all three. And I think I want to go back to the Take a Note planner next year. Only reason I want to try something smaller and different, but I realized that I actually like the Take a Note planner much better, and it helps to keep my brown in use. And the reason why I like this one better, it just feels a bit more clean to me. Let me try to, I need like an overhead setup, but let me try to show you. So hopefully you can see, but like you see the lines, you see the grids, but they are not as, I guess, harsh as the Take a Note planner. Let me see. Here we go. So I'm going to try to hold them up together. I'm kind of struggling here, but see, in this one, you like the lines are a bit darker and not as soft as the one in the Take a Note planner. So I feel like because of that, the decorations in here stand out more than they do in this one. And the monthly layout is smaller, which I didn't know if I would really like. I don't think I do. It just makes it feel kind of crowded. The weekly isn't so bad. Like I have a bit more space in the weekly layout. I just feel like it's a bit wider than the Take a Note. Unless, no, yeah, it is a little bit. So that's why I want to go back to the Take a Note for next year. I'm trying not to planner hop because I've never done that. And I know it's hard to sell or try to like sell a semi-used planner. I don't see a lot of resales for Sterling ink, which is kind of sad. I have managed to sell a semi-used planner before when I had one that was actually TN brand. The weekly, I think it was it? No, I think it was Horizontal. But I had someone actually buy that one off of me. So I'm trying not to, repurchase this for this year just yet. I kind of want to stick it out in this one, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on the Sterling ink so far. And another big update that will help me use all three of these in the future is that I will be, I don't know if I want to say stopping or taking a break. Probably taking a break. Don't know how long, but I have decided to not, well, actually after I finish this one, to do creative journaling for a while. It kind of just dawned on me one day that I don't have to do this, but I think I was just doing it because that's kind of like what I started this channel with, and that's how I got into Traveler's Notebooks and into the journaling community. Was I saw everyone like creative journaling like this, and I still enjoy it, but my only problem is and I've had this problem for like a long time, is like coming up with a spread, like the idea, and then trying to think of something to write. I kind of feel like I don't know, like I was just doing this with no real purpose. And I know there doesn't have to be a real purpose. That's why it's called creative journaling or scrapbooking or whatever. You kind of just stick down, you know, your stationery to make it look nice and pretty. But as you can see, the pages are not very full because I never know what to write. And I guess you don't have to write anything. There are people that just will create a spread and then not write. But I like to write. So I was like, well, you can actually just stop doing this and focus on your daily log. And that made so much sense to me because I feel like decorating in here is a bit more fun than just trying to sit and think of a random spread. And I actually have something to write, even though I'm just writing about my day. I feel like it's more purposeful in my daily log. So once I'm done with the big one, I will no longer be doing that for like a long while. But I still have this small passport size. So, and this one I've hardly done any spreads in. So I guess when I get the urge to do something creative, I can just come to this one. And that brings me to my ideas for next year. So with no longer having the creative journal insert, I will kind of be swapping all of my systems. So when I fill these pages up, I will find something to go in my Camel. And so this is kind of like my brain dump / personal deep journal notebook. So this, once it's done, will be moved into here. So then my Camel would be back in use. And then once I finish my Take a Note planner, my Sterling ink, I will go back to the Take a Note and put it in my brown, which means this would be back in use. And then once I'm done with this, my poetry, I have papers already set aside to make a passport size notebook, and then all my poetry will be back in my brown, which this cover was originally bought for writing poetry in. So everything will kind of like, oh, this is great, kind of. There. So this system will be moved back into here, this back into here, and then this into this one. And then I will have all 3 covers in use. So I'm going to try to stick out the year with all of this, and I'm going to try to fill this up quickly and fill the rest of this. I think this one I'm pretty much halfway through this one. So I need to write a lot. Anyway, yeah. So that's it for this video and all of my updates in my systems. And I hope you enjoy this and that it was easy to follow along, because I feel like I just ramble all the time. But I will see you guys in the next video, and I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do my spreads, I guess, or my layout in here. So yeah, once I figure that out, you guys will probably see this more often. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.